saying, "Oh, look at Tom's nickname. It's the GOAT. It's the GOAT, and it's the GOAT for a reason." And his production last year. What did he throw? 40 touchdowns, which put him second in the league to Rodgers. Now he did that. He's a little bit better than Mahomes, I'm pretty sure, and he was tied with Russell Wilson. But the thing that's different with Tom is he was with a new team. He was in a new environment, and what you don't ever take into account.
Get out of here.
Okay, and look how that worked out. That worked out really well for him, didn't it? It didn't work out too well. Now, it worked out pretty well for Tampa Bay. It didn't really work out for Kansas City either, that he was at Tampa Bay. But, that being said, all that being said, what you don't take into account is not just how you play, how you individually play, but it's the impact on the others around you and how they play. And I bring this up all the time, the idea of a force multiplier, and Tom Brady is the ultimate force multiplier. He makes everybody around him better, including the offense, including the defense, including the coaching staff, including everybody else, because he sets such a high bar. He's got incredible character. He holds people to a standard, and he makes you want to be the best because he's the best. Now, what value does that have? It has significant value. Can he throw 8 more touchdowns like Aaron Rodgers? Yes. Yes, he can, but he's making everybody else better as well.
Okay, hold on.
Go ahead, Mr. Freeze.
This idea
or guy racing Mr. Freeze.
The idea that he's just opting against throwing more touchdowns, it's available to him. He's just not tapping into it. Maybe he could have thrown one more touchdown last year.
I'm saying some arbitrary number. Yeah, okay, there was 8 touchdowns. We could point to a lot of different statistics. No, the guy did it with a new team during COVID. But you love numbers. You're a numbers guy.
I do love numbers, but I don't need the numbers for this. I can go eye test, I can go feel, I can go tingle down the back of my spine when I watch him play. Where do we give the check marks? Maybe Brady got screwed out of not 8, but 1 touchdown pass last year. I think he probably would have thrown a touchdown on the play where he thought he had a 5th down. He had something great drawn up, but unfortunately the game was over and the drive was over. That's neither here nor there. Here's the thing, Greg. I agree with everything Coach said.
His hand was weighed down by all those Super Bowl rings. He couldn't.
All those Super Bowl rings. All
that's
my calendar rings. I know.
That's what it was like. Oh my God.
Here's the thing. So let's take Josh Allen for a moment. Josh Allen has a stronger arm than Brady, is obviously more mobile than Brady, and statistically, we want to do numbers, had a better year last year than Brady. I have Brady ahead of Josh Allen. Why? Because of all the things Coach listed. I think Russell Wilson is at this point in his career better, if you were to just kind of grade the measurables, better than Brady. But I have Brady ahead of him because of all those leadership intangible, je ne sais quoi that you can't really define. But at some point, there's got to be a limit to that. And I think 10's awful respectful, to be honest. I think a lot of folks would have had him 14, behind Lamar, behind Russ, behind Josh Allen. I gave him 10. I thought I was being nice, to be honest.
So here's the thing. So for me, I agree with both of you. And I want to start with Coach. The reason why I agree with Coach is because I love the force multiplier saying that you always have. His ability to make everyone better, but it wasn't just about everyone else. He played good last year, and this is a list that is about last football season. Tom Brady was an excellent player. Yes, he won the Super Bowl. Yes, the team had tremendous amounts of success, but he individually had a great season. So I agree with you there, Coach, yes. But this is where I start to side with Nick. And the more I look at the list, the less and less I can put Tom Brady in front of any of those guys. Because when you look at the guys, and I get it, we can't. I think the hardest part to do is to take such a great player and remove the career from in front of you. Like, if you remove the career and you look at the list of these players and the ability and all the tangibles, it's Jalen Ramsey, Fred Warner, Kelsey, position by position, the way, Nick, you presented it, I'm like, you know what? I can't put Tom in front of those guys because of that. And when you take these guys, these guys right here, you take these guys right here and you remove them from their team, just like Tom Brady, the team drastically is impacted. I get it. But Tom Brady, is he a top 10 guy? I think so, for sure. I love what he's saying. I love how he's playing.
Greg, I get that, and you're saying if you take them away, that team will be dramatically impacted. The flip side of that is if you add them to another team, is he going to lead that team to a Super Bowl? That's a totally different part of this equation. When you take a human being out of their environment and put him in another environment, can he have that impact? And I don't know who on that list is going to be able to do that.
So that's the great point. That for me, yes, Tom Brady wins that. And if he wins it because he has this magnetic ability to recruit and to get guys to want to play with him and to just find a way to get guys to jump on board and make them more than what we've seen them in the past. What do I mean by that? If you ask Fred Warner or Jalen Ramsey or even Aaron Rodgers to go to another situation, will players want to go there? Possibly. But will they feel the love? Will they feel the value? Will they feel like they are the #1 piece to make this work? The way Tom Brady makes everyone feel. I don't know how he does it, but everyone feels like they are the most important piece because it comes out of Tom Brady's mouth. That is the differentiator to me when it comes to Tom Brady and going to another situation where the other guys, yes, you're correct. I don't know if they have that type of an impact. It's not that they wouldn't perform, but will they be able to draw and elevate everybody else? I'm not sure.
Yeah, so certainly, like, he recruited his friends, like, right, when Gronk came and AB came, but he also recruited guys who weren't necessarily his friends. It's not like you know, the running backs had like a great relationship with him, but he brought people there. But Greg, I want to ask you this about Tom Brady, and it's about how his age sort of has magnified and multiplied his leadership. Because like when Zach Wilson was played against Packers, he was like, I got a chance to like fanboy out with Aaron Rodgers. It's this idea that like the older you get and you're playing with guys who grew up watching you sort of makes your leadership that much more powerful. So as Tom Brady gets older and older and older, I think his leadership will continue to be even stronger than it is right now because so many people have watched him, because his legacy keeps growing and growing and growing. Do you buy that, like, the older that he gets, the stronger leader he becomes for this list, which is actually, to go a step back, this is not just Nick's list. These are the last 10 guys of the NFL 100s list, which is voted on by the players.
No, that's hold on, just to clarify real quick. No, this isn't their 10. Because they have Devontae Adams, they have Josh Allen.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. You're right. You took 2 guys out. You're right. Yeah. But Brady's on.
Brady's 3 guys were out. Brady's on there in their top 10 somewhere. We just don't know where. But go ahead, Greg.
So to answer your question, Wilds, I don't know if it's his leadership gets better. I think he just understands so much more and more every single year. Every time you gain more experience, the longer you're in the league. I think for me, the legend of Tom Brady just continues to grow because he continues to win at the age that he is. And when you think about the ability of him, his ability to win at 40+ years old and do it effectively, and it's not just based on the pieces around him, and you can't just equate the winning to, well, he had a great supporting cast, or it was everybody else. When his numbers suggest that, well, shoot, if they didn't have him, they don't win. That's what is so impressive. That's where I feel like his legend just grows the more he's able to continue to sustain this level of play.
Yeah, listen, and the impact is obvious, felt throughout the organization. And I mean, the impact is so almost earth-shaking It is in his last 2 Super Bowls, Tom Brady's impact as the quarterback has made the defenses of the 2 teams he's taken to the Super Bowl hold the opposition to single-digit points. And that's obviously all Tom. It's not Brian Flores. It's not Todd Bowles. It's not Ndamukong Suh. It's not those guys. It's Tom. And that's, and that's why he has the 7 rings. It wasn't coaches' defenses that he had early on when Tom Brady threw 1 touchdown in 3 playoff games and actually Bledsoe made the biggest pass in that Super Bowl. But it's fine. No, it's Tom.